I want to talk about how to edit components. Here's our model of our home. We're at the point where we want to put our rim board on top of our mud sill. We can put our floor joists. We've imported a piece of the rim board from the 3D warehouse online, and now we want to edit this piece of rim board. Normally, to edit a component, how you know it's a component, just select on it once, left mouse button click, and the whole thing highlights. That tells you that the whole thing is a component. Now, if you want to edit that component, you click twice, double click on the component itself, and then you get this wireframe box around it. You can click the push-pull tool, and you see how it tells me I can't modify that? That's because this is a nested component. What I mean by that, it's a component within a component. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select outside somewhere to get it back to its normal state. I'm going to click once on it till it turns blue, right click and say explode. What that does is explodes the component into its various pieces. But this one is still a component. I can tell because when I click, it still highlights all blue. If I double click and hit the push-pull tool, now see how I can highlight individual faces? I can actually edit this component at this point. My experience has shown me that I'd rather work with groups than components. It's just easier when you go to edit them. You don't have to make them unique. It just seems to be a simpler process. I don't know all the differences between groups and components, but I like groups better. So I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to right click and I'm going to explode it again. Okay. Now, when I highlight, I only highlight individual components when I click on this. That tells me that it's not a component and it's not a group. Just individual faces or lines highlight. So I'm going to select the whole thing in a box, right click on it, and say make it a group. Now, it selects again, but it's a group and not a component. It's easier to work with at this point. So what I want to do is I want to put this, this group up here on my building and start modifying it to form my rim board. So I'm going to go to the move command and I'm going to grab this corner down here and I'm going to put it up here on the corner of the house. There. Now I've got that piece of rim board in place. I can go to my select. I can double click. So I'm in the edit mode. I can use the push-pull tool, grab this face here and pull it out to where I want it to go. And I want it to go clear to the end of this mud sill here. There. Now I can hit my space bar, click out here, and I've got a piece of rim board that goes the whole direction. I can copy those and paste them. What I would do is select this and then right click, come up to the top up here, hit the second icon over that's copy, and then just right click out in space here somewhere and hit the middle icon, which is paste. And I have another piece here. I click out there and that drops it off. Now it's in its move. You can tell by the icon, it's in the move mode. I'm going to come up here on top and I'm going to find that red cross. I'm going to click on that and I'm going to turn this thing 90 degrees till it's a green line. And then at this point, I can move this piece to my the location where I want it. That looks really good. And now I've got a piece running each direction, north, south, and east and west. And I can modify them and I can copy them and set them so I get a mud sill or a rim board that goes all the way around the mud sill on the house.